Hello, and welcome back to Mom Life Rewritten, where we are unlearning the burnout and rewriting the rules on what mom life should be like. I am so excited about today's episode that I just want to jump in. I'll tell you just a quick little bit about myself if this is your first time listening. I'm Sally Bisbee, mom of three. My kids are 22, 9, and 6. So I've got a big gap. Was a single mom for a long time, got married, had more kids. I've worked in corporate, I've worked from home, I've worked for myself, I ran a daycare. Now I run this awesome coaching business along with a custom craft business, which is where I am sitting down in my craft room because it is summer and my kids are home with me. I also am a professional organizer helping moms really just organize their space when they get overwhelmed. And so, through this whole coaching journey, I always am like, my heart is to help overwhelmed moms. Now, I think any mom at some point, right, has dealt with overwhelm. Think of all the things, right? Like, I talk to friends all the time. And it's like you end your day exhausted. You wake up feeling exhausted. The to-do list never gets done. There's always, I always tell people like, things about becoming a mom, right? You're going to deal with little sleep when they're babies. You're going to have sick kids. You're probably going to deal with injuries. My youngest broke her wrist a month ago, 2 months ago, almost now, crazy. Um, those things are gonna happen, but I think there's so much more to mom life that we just don't even realize until we get into it. And if you've heard my story before, if not, I'll share it again, just the quick part of it. My overwhelm really came when I added that third kid in, and just at that point when she got old enough, it's really when my kids were 2, 5, and 17, when my youngest got old enough to start annoying the 5-year-old, the 17 was going through high school, drama, and that kind of stuff. Also, I have never really thought about this, but it also happened to be right about the time of COVID. And just I think the world being crazy, and I'm not going to get into that, but it was a crazy world. Life got really stressful. And so I decided to figure out how to take back control of my life. It is the whole idea of rewriting the story on mom life. I've always wanted to be a mom. It's been my whole life goal. But I didn't want to be a big ball of stress. I've always been a pretty high stress person, honestly, up until recently, the past 4 or 5 years since I've been on this mission to not be. Up until that point, I was always pretty high stressed. And I just accepted that, like, that's how life is. And, at some point when these kids are out of the house, it'll get better. Have you ever said that to yourself before? I'm sure you have if you're like me at all. Once they move out of the house, it'll get better. And, things change. Our oldest has graduated college already. So I've got the perspective of having a really, little, she's going into first grade, and then one that is about to start her corporate career, which is still crazy to me. Anyways, to the point of this excitement for today, during this last week, I thought, what are the things I do every day that keep my life running smoothly, that's helped me get rid of stress, that's helped me I run 3 businesses very successfully. I have time for my kids. I have time for fun. My husband was out of town this weekend. We literally had fun all weekend long. Now I love my husband, but he doesn't love the same kind of fun things I like to do, like take the kids to beach and parades and excuse me, those kind of fun things. We packed in all this fun and I just thought, I came home like laundry was done. My house was cleaned up. My to-do list, like I always have a to-do list, but there wasn't anything that was pressing that I needed to get to. So this last week, I put together the 7 things. I'm going to call it the simple 7. It is literally the 7 habits I do in my own life to keep my life running smoothly. And I can't wait to share them with you because I truly believe if you start implementing these into your life, even if you start with just one habit, doing one thing and getting that until it's a pattern and it just comes naturally, all these things, I didn't do all 7 at once. It took me time to start implementing them in my life, but as I have, it is amazing how it has helped my life run smoother. I also notice when I don't do one of them, if I'm like, I don't need to do that today. The next day, I'm like, I should have done that thing yesterday. So I just want to share with you what they are. I will also down in the show notes, I have a free Simple 7 guide that you can grab, and it's just got them all listed on one page. You can print it out, post them someplace. You can take a screenshot on your phone and just have it on your phone to go back to. But I truly believe that these 7 things, if you start doing them, will change your life. They will reduce your stress. They will make you happier. They will make all the, I would call it the not fun parts of motherhood, right? The keeping us up with housework and all that kind of stuff. It'll just make it so much better. So the first one is prepping tomorrow tonight. It is one of the biggest game changers for me. Very much so during the school year, but even in the summer. So really what I mean by that is at nighttime, what can you prep for the next day to make morning smoother, right? So that is we got, little kids still packing lunches, packing snacks during the school year, making sure backpacks are packed. They have whatever they need for us, like they've each got library day 1 day a week. It's always in a different day. So figuring out which day their library book needs to go in there. Um, and, just looking at a schedule and seeing what do we have going on tomorrow. If I have like an organizing job where I'm out of the house, I put my lunch together. So and I have a backpack that I bring with organizing. I make sure it's already set by the door. So when I wake up, just to get ready. My kids are pretty self-sufficient. They do pretty good in getting ready, but it isn't like, oh, we got to brush our teeth and I still got to pack lunches and pack our backpack and oh, where's this missing library book and all. You're not scrambling in the morning. And so you have to wake up just feeling ready and refreshed. The second one is writing your daily priorities on paper. I am a big to-do list girl. I love my Post-its so much so that one of my amazing craft clients, I was joking with him about how much I love Post-its. He and I were texting about something and forgetting something, and I was like, "Oh, I love my Post-its if I didn't have them." And he's like, I've got a stash of Post-its. He's like, I'm gonna bring you some. And he brought me a whole stack of Post-its, which I love because I honestly love Post-its. Anyways, do it however you want. I literally have lists in my phone, I have lists on paper. Just depends what works best for you. I do both. So, but I write down what needs to be done. It's the whole brain dump, the idea of the brain dump, getting it out of your head and onto paper so that it is not in your mind, taking up the mental space. So, writing down things as simple as like, okay, tomorrow I need to, wash the towels. I should probably, clean up that one area of the living room that's been a mess for a while. I have, XYZ for meetings or appointments, or the kids have these sports or what have you, but it's just taking it out of your head and writing it down on paper and then being able to look at it and prioritize like, okay, what absolutely needs to be done? What can wait? I'm a big like, got this done today. Now this stuff moves till tomorrow. So I wish I could just tell you like I have figured out how to get it all done every day. It's just not reality. Having 3 kids and running a business and whether you own a business or not or you're a working mom or even a stay-at-home mom, it just with kids it isn't reality. And I won't I'm always going to tell you I'm a real coach for real moms. I'm very very real and I'll always be that way. So number 3 is doing 1 load of laundry every day. I know I've talked about this before if you've heard me before. uh it is a simple concept, but it is a game changer. I don't spend my weekends doing laundry. I do occasionally do excuse me, I apologize. I got like an air bubble in my throat. I occasionally do laundry on the weekends. We swam Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. So I did loads all 3 days because I don't like wet stuff sitting around. But I did 1 load every day. I didn't like spend all Saturday catching up on laundry and putting it away. Also, I'd like to say that this whole list is not just about you. It is about getting the family involved. Laundry, I do all the laundry, wash, dry, fold. My husband puts it all away. I've handed it off. I even today, because my husband was out of town this morning still, my 9-year-old, I put a stack of clean clothes on his bed and said, I think you're old enough to put this in your own drawer. And he's like, yeah. It's like, okay, put your clothes away. So get your family involved. That's a huge thing. Number 4, 5-minute evening cleanup. We do this every night. Now, people that know me will be like, yeah, but your house is always clean. It is. Our house is always clean. I am super type A. I was raised by 2 parents that are super type A. I grew up in a very clean household. Um, and uh, fell in love with my husband based off the fact that I knew he was also very clean because I needed that. But even if not, I always tell people, do a 5-minute cleanup of the stuff you took out that day. A quick, like, dishes out of the sink into the dishwasher, wipe the counters off, pick up like the common, the living room. I assume, like for us, we hang out in the kitchen, living room, and like our entryway. It's all one big open space. But just picking that up quick, just, toys back into the kids' room, laundry to the laundry room, dishes in the dishwasher makes such a difference that you wake up to a clean house and you aren't starting the day with added stuff. Maybe your house is messy and you wish that you had time to declutter and you don't. And we'll talk about that another time, but just clean up what you can that night to be able to wake up not feeling like you're just adding to a bigger mess that got added to yesterday. So that 5-minute cleanup is a game changer. Again, involve your family. Get them involved. Don't try to do it alone. Assign things to your kids, your husband, like, hey, you go pick up all the blankets, you pick up all the trucks, and you pick up all the Legos, something, whatever works for you. Number 5, 5 minutes of daily decluttering. Now, this is something, even me, as a person who's very type A, our house is very picked up, organized all the time. I still every day am like, what could I get rid of? What is something in our house that we don't need? Maybe it's just cardboard boxes from my Amazon obsession and all the orders that I've had recently. Um, Maybe it's, last night when we got home, I went through both of my kids' rooms and was like, okay, like they're picked up, but I feel like they're still kind of cluttery. So we went through and just got rid of little, like, my son had papers and little like tchotchkes that he didn't need. And I was like, do you want these? Like, no, threw them away. Just so find something that you can spend 5 minutes, set a timer, go through the kitchen drawer, pick one drawer, pick the countertop, pick something easy. Just I think 5 minutes of getting rid of stuff you don't need in your life has a huge benefit. Number 6 is share the load. Something I've talked about. Again, this is not meant to do this all alone. My biggest thing is motherhood. Don't do it alone. Like, stop trying to do it all alone. There's no reward for doing everything yourself. Ask for help. One of the biggest flexes I've had in life is learning that the way my husband does things is different. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It's different than how I would do it a lot of times. But he does so much stuff because I've learned to ask for help and let go of things. And like, I don't do dishes anymore. I don't, um, every Sunday he vacuums our main floor. He puts away the laundry. He does all sorts of stuff because I finally learned to stop trying to do it all myself. I was incredibly burnt out. And we've had, along with this communication, we've had a lot of deep heart to hearts, especially once we added our third kid on. And I just realized, like, it's a lot, right? It's constant overstimulation. I just made some shirts for somebody that said the Overstimulated Moms Club. I'm like, oh, that might be the name of my membership someday because feels like that a lot, right? With kids, it's a lot. I love them. I love my kids so much. It's literally why I decided to be a business owner so I can be home with my kids and raise my kids and all those things. But it's a lot. So share the load. Don't forget to ask for help. And number 7, prioritize yourself daily. I feel like self-care is so it's talked about a lot. For years I really thought self-care was bubble baths and things like that. It can be if that's your thing. But for me, it's the simple things like taking a walk every day, finding time for, one night out a week with friends. Even this weekend while my husband was out of town, I still made plans with friends. My kids came with. It's friends that also have kids, but they got to play and do their thing while I got to have that like adult time and conversation and stuff that I crave and I love. Being super extroverted, that's my happy. Like being with people, it energizes me, it fills my cup. So finding those things that fill your cup and making sure to fit them in, I will never stop talking about you can't pour from an empty cup. I also, as a mom of 3, like, I wanna set the example for my kids, for my 2 daughters, what kind of mom to be and how to take care of themselves, and also for my son when he someday has a wife, that he steps in and is like, "You need to take care of yourself. Like, I see everything you do for our family. I wanna make sure you're taking care of yourself." And so just remember that, to take care of yourself. So, with that being said, in the show notes, there is a link to my free guide. I want you to go grab it. Let me know what you think of it. Like I said, print it out, put it someplace, have it screenshot it on your phone, and then stay tuned because after this, I will be soon, not yet, but soon, creating a video course that goes along with this Simple 7. That really, if you're interested in this, but you're like, But how do I actually implement this stuff into my life?" I'm going to be creating a video course, just short, simple videos for each step that you can um, watch or listen to when you are doing the dishes or cleaning up the house or, on your commute to work or something, and really just get some help putting it into action and implementing it in your own life. So, just want to remind you, you are doing awesome. You're an amazing mom. Being a mother is the best thing ever, but it also is a lot, and it's okay to admit that. My favorite kind of people, my favorite moms are the moms who tell me, like, "Life is a lot, my kids are a handful, there's times I just want to take a break from it all." I'm like, "You're my people." Like, I won't ever I won't ever sit and sugarcoat that, life is easy and peaceful and calm all the time. It isn't. It isn't. But these 7 things have helped change my life as a busy working mom, and I know that they can help change yours too. Thanks for being here. Like and subscribe so you get a notice when the next episode is come out. Share with a friend and have a wonderful day.